Hey everyone, and welcome to another stream. Hello. Happy weekend, happy Sunday. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, everyone? Let's see if I want to enable this. No. Okay. Cool. So am I audible? Can I get some thumbs ups in the chat? Let's also import that as well. Cool. Awesome. How's everyone doing? I'm quickly gonna start jumping into what I was doing, so we're not really wasting any time at all. Let's go to main. Let's pull the code. So I'm gonna go directly to what I'm building today. So I'm working on my product called PulseChecker. We are going to improve some of the things, and we are going to probably work on a feature. Zishan Elias says, Assalamu alaikum. SN Bhaiya, what's about you? Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I'm good. This is going to be a short stream, so I'm not going to be here for quite long, but we'll hopefully finish something small. So I'm actually looking for first of all, not this one, but actually I'm gonna close, and in fact just close this whole thingy. I'm currently looking for just updating my website, ng cookbook, because the Angular Cookbook second version is actually live. Yay! So it's available for pre-orders now, but I can tell this is an amazing book. I've spent more than 10 months, or maybe I think over a year maybe, on this one, but it it's really awesome. I'm super happy about this one because we have a lot of interesting things in this one. Progressive web apps, I don't know, Angular signals. There's so much going on. I love it. So it's ready, but you can essentially get it from or you can get the link from right from the site. So it's called ng cookbook, ng-cookbook.com. And I'm currently updating this UI to be more clicky, so to say. So this is what I'm improving. So sort of adding just these nice little animations, making sure they look good on both mobile and web. It's kind of like this. Also updated the links. I don't think I'm going to be needing this link, so I'm going to remove this one. But yeah, let me know what you think. How's your weekend going, everyone? What are your New Year's resolution? Share that in the chat. What are you planning to do in 2024 different from 2023? What are your aspirations? So I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna remove this link from the header, which was this guy. I think I could actually add this in here. So like this. Half star emoji. Do we have a half star icon single emoji? This side will be deprecated soon. That's awesome. I don't want that. See if I can find a half star icons. Star symbols to copy paste. Do we have a half star in here? No, we don't. Star, glowing star, shooting star. How about we make our own half star emoticon? I have an idea. What do you think? I mean, we could overlap two stars and then combine those, but I don't think that's the best use of the time. But technically, we could do that. or just make the last one half. So if I had this one, maybe you could add one more in a span, and we could say class half star, and then we can style it right here. So let's see, half star. You can hear me well, right? Can I get some thumbs ups in the chat? So let's look at this oops, let's look at this half star icon. Let's quickly make this a width of, I don't know, 50%. I mean, the parent doesn't have a width, so it's going to be a bit difficult, but what if it had, I'm thinking, so this one has, if this had a width of 12 pixel, but since it's not block, it's not going to work. So display inline block. So this one has sort of half of the width, right? And if I do overflow hidden, hey, look at that. So a half star is what we have right there. Although it is not as cool as we thought, well, we could fix that by doing display flex and items or align items center. That could fix it. But then also we want to have a justify content of center as well. There we go. Looks nice. No, this doesn't look nice. What happened? What happened to this guy? Oh, okay. That doesn't look good. So we had flex. Oh, okay. All right. First, let's fix the span, and then we can look into the other one. So let's copy this guy. Let's go with half star to show this. Let's refresh. I think what we could have done better is, this is essentially heading, and heading contains all of these things. So inside it we could have a div containing the heading and the span. So let's do this, and this could contain a span that has this and also has this. Now I want to have this div as flex items center, and also this should be flex 1 as well, with full as well. Now this one doesn't have to have width full, so if I show this, it looks like this, and I can remove the second one. So this heading should contain this span, so I'm gonna remove all of this, and it can only contain this Angular Cookbook. And then we have the this right here. I think this could go into 2 different rows, so flex column is much better, right? And then we have a span that contains 2 of them, so this could be a div that contains this span and then the other span as well. This span can end right here, and now we can give this div a class of flex items center. Oh, look at that. This looks nice, right? So we got a sort of 4.3 ish ratings. I mean, if it's not even 4.5. So what if we go with 9 pixel? Oh, this looks more like 4.3. So I can push this now. So this one opens the old one with 47 ratings saying 4.3 out of 5. This one we don't have any at the moment, but I want to actually flip it because I want the second edition to be on top. If it's on the desktop view, I want this to be clickable from the right side because it's easy to reach here. So UX 101. But if it's on top, then I actually want that to be up top, I think. Now that's arguable because if I am using a mobile, I might want to click and the thumb is reachable here first. So I might as well just leave it as it is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as it is. So let's quickly go and switch to this, and then we can get rid of the top link, which is this one. There we go. And refresh. There we go. And we can now open all of them. This is the second link. Cool. This is the first link. Cool. Let's quickly push that. Righty. Wait a second. Home component. What did we change? We removed this one. We added these. We added some animations. Cool. Git commit we can say fix home, add links to the books, Amazon pages, added correct Amazon links for the books, and I'll fix that. And then also we had removed the first edition's link from header. Commit, amend, let's fix that. Oops. Let's push it. So this is going to be live. That's good. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. And you should be able to see the chat right there. Dat Onion, hey, how's it going? How are you doing today? Did I push already? Yes, I did. Okay, so then this will be built on Netlify, and then we should soon see this on production as well. That means the link should be gone and we should be able to see it right here. How's your day going, Dat Onion? I'm also gonna have to leave a bit early to get some groceries, since I think the shops will be closed because of Christmas. Oh yeah, exactly. Enjoy your dinner. Is it? Oh, it's 24 already. Yeah. Of course. Awesome. Cool. That's amazing. Oh, what happened to this one? Unexpected EPERM operations not permitted. What are you talking about? Do I have to uninstall my node modules? Maybe I do. What is everyone up to this weekend? Did you do anything fun? Did you go somewhere? Did you meet someone? How was your weekend so far? I also stumbled upon this thing called Prisma Visualizer. Prismalizer was the one. I found it pretty nice actually. But you have to move things around in order to see all of them, but this is really nice. So look at this. Now I can actually move everything around. but it's a bit tough, but still not too bad. So we have pace, we have auth provider, we have attendee to session, project collaboration, project itself. And this is the schema of the product that I'm working on at the moment. I'll probably try to see if I can find something better. So reaction count, feedback rating. The feedback rating is basically of each session. The user can probably come here. Project can be just besides project because nobody else uses that. Feedback rating is with session rating. And then also we have the feedback itself. But I'm thinking now, maybe I think we could have now that I have actually this product being used, I want to make it a bit different. That only says so far it has been great thinking of new programming projects. How about you? It has been good so far. I mean, I've been sick the past week, so I was constantly having a flu or a bit of a headache, but I do feel much better now. And yeah, I'm making progress on the projects that I'm working on, so it's also good. So yeah, nothing much to complain about, to be honest. It's good. Thank you. I think I'm much better now. Alhamdulillah. But good. I wish you a great dinner coming ahead. I also have to go to meet someone or meet a family as well. So yeah, I'm gonna probably rush to groceries in about 30 minutes, and then we'll look into going to that place. So it's about 3 p.m. in the EU, and we have to reach there by 4:30. It's gonna be interesting. Alrighty, so let's have a look at that as well. So what I want to do actually is I have a schema, but I want to connect a few things with each other, and decide how do I want to go from there. So right now I have sort of a weird mixed plate of things in my databases, which I don't personally like at the moment. So I want to take out the feedback rating and session rating, because I have right now two different things. One, we have feedback, right? We have feedback rating, which is a different thing. Then we have session rating, which is another thing. So I don't want to have all these three. I want to actually say that each session has fields or form fields, and then each session or yeah, each session has form fields, and each field has a response. That's pretty much it. So the field types could be different. Um it could be text, it could be rating from in terms of stars. It could also be the green, red, yellow, what do you call it, signal lights, for example. So because right now I'm going to show you how this looks at the moment. So once I have everything running, I'll also put my docker thingy to work as well. Let's see. So I'm going to run the PulseChecker database. Let's run that. Or actually, let's actually maybe create from scratch, so I have everything nicely done. So I'm going to create a new fresh Docker Compose thingy. Muhammad Aman Mirza says, Assalamu alaikum Ahsan bhai, I have a message for you on Instagram, so when you get free and reply me. I am waiting for your reply. Okay, for sure. I'll do that, inshallah. Let's do Docker Compose up, or actually D. Okay, so we do have the Postgres database created. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if this has been installed. Okay, almost done. I'm gonna quickly double check my env variable, so give me a second. I have this. Why do I have this? Let's see. Docker compose YAML says local password, and the database is Postgres. So then my env should have local, and the database should be Postgres. Okay, that's good enough. So I'm gonna show this again. Okay, so let's run npx Prisma migrate status. Let's have a look at the database if it has anything. Oh, do I need to create a user in my... Yeah, I think I would have to do it. Maybe. All right, let's have a look. So if I open the terminal for this one, not there. This should be PostgreSDB terminal PSQL. Can I zoom in? PSQL u root. Oops. PSQL does not exist. Okay. All right. PSQL connect as root. How to configure PSQL for the first time. I always forget this one. PSQL u Postgres. That's the one. So let's see. PSQL Postgres. There's no Postgres? What? PSQL local? No. PSQL username. What the heck? But I don't have a user. Okay, so then we have su root. Okay, su Postgres. Okay, and then we have PSQL. Still? Are you gonna save this live session for later? Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna learn a lot from this, to be honest. But yeah, this will be saved. Yes. Creating a user. Yeah, this was create user. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, this one. So then this one is supposed to be this clear. So if I do, I think it's called sudo u Postgres create user super user, and here we need to give it a name local. Whoopsie. Sudo u, I don't see that. I think it's PSQL create user. Postgres create user, or PSQL create user. Close, close, close. But that's what I wrote, right? Okay, let's start clear terminal. Can I open it here? Okay, so I need to do sudo u postgres create user super user. Sudo is not found, of course. Postgres create user super user. Okay. Aha, interesting. But is it done from here then? Because if I do postgres, can I use create user? Fatal role, postgres does not exist. Does sudo exist here? No. Okay. So then if I do u postgres create user local, doesn't exist. Postgres help. So we do have name data dir. Interesting. Okay, so I wanted to run paste. If I remove, doesn't allow postgres create user. Okay, I'm gonna look into my notes. Okay, so if I go to my own terminal, can I see postgres then? No, it's not recognized. If I look at my postgres terminal, so we do have the local and password, which is right here. So this should be able to, I should be able to access it, to be honest. So if I go to my code, and if I try to go from Postgres Explorer, PulseChecker localhost, refresh items, and if I go here, Kiwi, public, fresh items, I can actually see all of them. So then I just, oh, I don't have the Postgres database, that's why. Okay, I understand. So I'm gonna switch databases. Give me 1 second. E and B, because I don't have Postgres, I have the database called Kiwi. Okay, so then if I try now, I should get, yeah, so now it should, what? Local does not exist. Do I have localhost? No, the Postgres user is local. Password is password as well. All right, let's have a look at this one because I think it's probably wrong. Yeah, it's username and password. That's why. So then I can stop this thing right here and even delete this. And I can fix that in my Postgres Docker Compose. So this should have been username, password, Kiwi. I think that should be good. So Docker Compose down, Docker Compose up, Let's have a look at PulseChecker TP. Good. Terminal or inspected. Username, password, kiwi. Good. Now I can also fix my env as well. So this should be username, password, and kiwi. Okay, cool. So then I can now run. Okay, I can run this again. Cool. And now I can run npx migrate status. There we go. So the database schema is up to date. All right. I also want to push some code so I can get it towards the other side, the one that I was working on. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes. Git add, commit, git checkout b, and we are going to say feed migrate to fields, or migrate feedback to fields, commit m script, or we can say work in progress, migration of feedback to fields, push. Okay, there we go. So now if I go and if I do a pull, git add, git stash, git pull, git checkout, feed migrate feedback to fields, git stash pop. Cool. So now I think we can run it. So again, I'm going to run the migration thingy again to just make sure everything is there. 3 migrations found. Everything is there. Cool. Okay, so we're good. So then what we want to do is we want to change this. What we have here is essentially feedback rating, session rating, and then we have feedback. So I think we can boil this down to, can I change the view splitter? So appearance, editor layout, split. Do we also have terminal layout? No. Okay, we'll see. But I do want to change the view a bit. You might still be able to see all of this. If you don't, let me know, and I'll basically just increase the screen size or the font size. Okay, so we do have the feedback right here. We do have attendee right here. We don't want to change any attendee. We don't want to change any of these. We also don't want to change, I mean, we want to change session a bit, but not a lot of other things. So these do not change. Now what I want to change is the feedback rating. This is the fields and these are the answers. So what I want to do is I want to combine this into a field that can have a field type. So let's first create an enum of field type. So enum field type, and this can have a bunch of field types. This could have a comment. It could be comment. It could also be rating. It could also be what should we call the green red thingy? I'm going to show you actually how the app looks so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is the app that we have. I'm going to log in with Google. So this is the app that we have. So if I go, for example, to one of the feedbacks of my talks that I gave, this is essentially the talk. So this is how it looks. So we have essentially a bunch of fields and some reactions, but this is more important, like quality of the content, how helpful was the talk, rate the speaker's ability to deliver concept clearly. Like these are the questions that have been asked, and we have answers to those. So this is what I'm looking for. So this question is essentially session rating is the question. The answers to them are the feedback rating. So this is where I'm a bit concerned. So what I want to create is something that is, so this is on a session level, but the reality is it's quite likely that if I'm using my, if someone is using this application in terms of user experience, I think it makes much more sense that they have these questions that we just added. For example, if I create a session, I can give this a title, but then I can have fields. Now these fields are the ones that we are talking about right now. I'm assuming these fields are going to be the same throughout the whole project. So multiple sessions will be having the same field. Right now you have to create a new field for each single session, even though the field is exactly the same as some of your previous sessions. So that is not a great user experience. And also this is started as a hackathon project and then evolved through time. So there are a bunch of refactoring things that we can do, but we have actual real users using this, including myself. So what I want to do is right now the session rating, which is a field right here, is bound to the session. We don't want it to be bound to the session. We want it to be bound to the project right here, this project. So what we are going to do is we are going to say that we have a new model that is going to be called I think we can call it either field. I think we can call it field or question. I think question makes much more sense. So each project can have multiple. I mean, in the forms, we do have form fields. For example, if I open Google Forms, forms.new. So in here, we have questions, right? When we mouse over, it says question here. So maybe we can say question. But then we can have a response, I think. So each question can have responses. So we can say model question. And each question will have an ID. I think we will not have that as integer, so we'll use UUID for this. So we can say ID string, and then it is going to be of type UUID by default. Each question is going to be bound to a project. So it should have a project ID of type string, and we can define the relation right here. So a question can belong to a project. So here you can say a project, because it's going to be a one-to-one relation or one-to-many relation, but many towards the question side. So one project can have many questions. One question can belong to only one project. So in this case, we have the project right here, which is going to be a relation. So we'll say this is of type project. And then we have a relation where we can define the fields to be project ID. And here we can say it references the ID of each project. And on delete of the project, we need to delete this question as well. So it's like following GDPR in the nice way. So okay, this makes sense. So we have a question having an ID, a project ID, and this project as well. I'm thinking what else could we have here? So yeah, a question can have a label, which is going to be of type string. A question will have a type of type, we have said this here that this is field type, so we can say question type instead. Okay, sorry, no commas here. Privacy label, comment rating. Now that I've started doing it, maybe we can start with making it like this, rating, and we also call it signals. So I was actually showing you how does, for example, this one is a weekend test stream session. Here I can say, how was your weekend? And then here you can decide how many stars to show from on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's say 7. Then I can also add another field here. I can say, you know, do you want the weekend to extend for 5 more days? And then you have a star here. So now we don't have a boolean or anything, but I think we could have it there as well. So maybe a type would also be boolean or a yes no. So a comment, a rating, a boolean. um what else do we have? I mean, we could have questions that could have multiple types, or what do you call it? I'm thinking now. So a question can also be, if it's of type multiple answers, then that means, hmm, I'm thinking now. Because this is going to be so dynamic, I'm trying to understand how would you what is the best way to make this in a Postgres setting. So we do have the question type that can be comment, rating, boolean, signals. I mean, boolean means only true and false, but we could also have like a multiple choice question as well. And then also, it's is are you allowed to select multiple from them or just one of those? So I don't know. um for example, here as well, when you are creating a new question, you do have a multiple choice, you have a paragraph, short answer, big answer, checkboxes, drop down. There's so many. So maybe we can say multiple choice. We have signals. um we could also have, mm, we could also have a drop down, or we could also have checkboxes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think we don't need to go out of these, to be honest. So then the type can be question type. um what is cry? Oh yeah, yeah, we don't have this on the project side as well. So each project can have multiple questions. So here you can have questions of type questions, an array of questions. So this should be good. So here we have just said that one question belongs to one project only, having the project ID, but each project can have multiple questions. So that's sort of the relation between those two, which makes sense. So when we have the type defined, then the question is, how do we, because then I'm thinking, is the question going to be a huge model that can contain different types? For example, if the type is this, then do this, otherwise that. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. Da, 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 da. What is the best way to facilitate those? Because if I create multiple tables for this, then I think I'm actually talking about a lot of queries. But if I have a single table that has all those values, then still the querying is pretty fast. Submitting the values would be also fast, but the types of those are going to be a bit tricky, especially in the TypeScript world. So I'm thinking in that regard at the moment, but I'll look into it. So if I talk about a session rating, then I can have, I'm thinking, okay, so in this case, we have label for the question. Um, we could also have, each question can have multiple feedbacks Thinking. Yeah, I mean, we first need the created ad and updated ad for sure. Let's quickly add those at least. So if the type is rating, then we need a max value. So here we can have a max rating max value. We don't need to provide a default value, I think. Yeah, I think we don't need to provide it by default because not every question is gonna have those. And this is also something that is question marked. So this may be there or may not be there. So we don't know. Disabled, we can also have that if we want to disable a particular question. That's not going to be shown in any of the sessions. Then we talked about disabled, we talked about max value, ratings. I'm not going there at the moment. Session, this question is not going to be not going to be connected into any to any session whatsoever. So now that I'm thinking about it, so this is the question. This doesn't have to have a max I mean, it can have. So if it's a, the thing is, if I have a question, then that question can have a couple of things. First of all, it can have a the rating max value. I'm thinking. Hmm. So if I just need, I'm thinking for the type of multiple choice questions. So right now we do have only a comment and we have rating in this case. So the comment can go inside the answer in this case. We don't need to go there with the question itself, but the when defining the question for a multiple choice question, we would have to give that the possible values, right? So something like, I don't know, a multi choice values. So for example, this can be of type string, but do we also need the IDs of these? That's what I'm thinking. Or no, if I keep it simple, that means that if I add a question, I just need to provide the possible values and I need to see which value has been selected in a particular case. But do I need to link that value to the question anyhow? Like, how many people are there who actually selected this particular value? So in that case, I mean, the answer's value would be exactly the same as question in this case, but I'm then not comparing this with any ID. I'm comparing it with the actual value, which is questionable, so to say. So if I wanted to see if Prisma schema class, so I have models. Uh-huh. So it represents the entities of the application null map to table. Can I have a model that is not really bound to any table inside? I mean, I could have enums, but can I have any model that doesn't directly map to any of my databases? Or no? Attributes and functions. I've not seen functions. Oh, I mean, yeah, I've seen these ones. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. then I don't need to worry about that at the moment, I think. But then also we have, for example, we have three different important types at the moment. One type is comment, that needs just the label. The rating also requires the label, but the max value. The multiple choice requires the label and the multiple choice options. Signals can have, I mean, if it's a drop down, then I think it's a multiple choice. So I don't think we need a drop down. I think it's a I mean, not technically, because you're either sharing a or showing a radio button or a single drop down. But yeah, we if we are not using drop down, we can just delete that later on. And then we have checkboxes. So in case of checkboxes as well, we would want to see the options. So can't the options be just options? In case of checkboxes, in case of signals, or not signals, but yeah, because in case of signals, we also want to have a green, red, and blue, or green, red, and yellow configuration for this. So okay, let's have a look at Postgres JSON thingy. So Postgres dynamic schema or columns, or I don't know, using dynamic schema with Postgres. How do we do that? Ah, says don't use Postgres. No, I don't want to use that. So if I want to have Postgres JSON, so JSON types. Okay. So if we want to have Prisma Postgres JSON type. Okay, so we have Prisma fields and types. Using the JSON Prisma field type to read, write, and perform basic filtering on JSON types. User model has an optional JSON field name, extended pets data. Okay, and this is a JSON, so you can have then okay, if the underlying database has a JSON data type, I mean, we do have a JSON data type, so we can use it. Yeah, I need to store data that does not have a consistent structure. That's the case at the moment. Okay, so that means this has to go into the JSON field. So then if I'm trying to find the first where ID is 9, then I can say if the user and accessing past data. Okay, so if the type of user is object and okay, prisma.json array, but I don't really business and then if I have to say data, okay, so you can basically pass this as a JSON array. That makes sense. Where extended pets data equals JSON. So then I would have to pass the whole JSON, but how do I do it nested? Does not match the JSON, not a JSON. Okay. Filter on object property. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So here you have extended pets data in which you are trying to find. Oh, okay. So then that's good. Okay. So then this can be good. String contains cat. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. So then this is going to be a JSON field. Then I know. But I think I'm gonna have to end the stream at that particular point. So um, in this case, we would have to have a type of question type. Then we should not be having the rating max value. I think we could also remove multi-choice values as well. So we could have something like question configuration, and this is gonna be of type JSON. Yeah. You might be currently viewing the graphical syntax. What are you talking about? Okay, sorry. This is JSON and this should be there. So configuration. So each question has a type. I think the disabled can also go inside, or I think this disabled can exist outside because everyone is gonna have this disabled. So it's not a matter of which ones would have it, but disabled can be outside. The rating max value, this goes inside. Can I add a comment here? So configuration JSON should have a bunch of things. So this should have a rating max values of type string. We should also have a multi-choice values, which would have I think which should have a label and value, or yeah, label and value. uh, Label string, value also a string. So these should go away. Then we should also have, let's put it right here. Then we could also have the, do we have a double comment? No, we don't. So then we should also have, so multi-choice values can also have that, or we could also rather have something called options, label string, value string, and then it could also have a, I think, color string, but the color is going to be optional. So label string, value string, color is going to be string, and this color can be used for the paste one. I think this looks very promising. So we are actually covering comment rating, this. The paste doesn't have to be there anymore, so I'm gonna have to remove it later on, but I'll keep it there for now. Cool, I think this looks good, but I'm gonna have to go now. So thank you everyone who joined. This was fun. I'm gonna commit so I don't lose this progress, but I'll see you later. Thank you and have a happy weekend.